Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English Flow Podcast. I'm Alex, and today we're going to explore something beautifully simple but incredibly powerful. The morning habits that shape fluent English learners. Many people believe fluency is built only from grammar books, long study hours, or complicated lessons. But that's not quite true. Real fluency grows slowly, like a living tree, and the roots of that tree are your daily actions, especially the ones you begin your morning with. The way you start your day matters more than you imagine. Your energy, your focus, and your early thoughts quietly design your progress in English. Maybe you've tried many different ways to improve. Downloaded apps, watched countless videos, joined online classes, maybe even spent time abroad. Yet something still feels incomplete. You pause when speaking. You translate in your mind. You hesitate before finishing a sentence. What if the missing piece isn't another new method, but simply a new morning? Yes, a new morning. What if small, steady habits every morning could gently transform how you feel about English and how English feels inside you? That's what we're talking about today. I'll walk you through 7 daily habits that fluent English speakers often begin their day with. Don't worry, each one is easy to do. You can practice them at home, on your commute, or even while brushing your teeth. You don't need hours, just a little consistency. So, take a deep breath. Get comfortable. Let's start your English morning together. Habit number 1. Begin your day in English. Fluent speakers often wake up and immediately connect with the language. From the very first moment, they bring English into their mind and voice. It can be something tiny. A few simple sentences like, "Good morning," or "Let's start the day." Maybe even describing what you see, "My window is bright," or "The air feels cold." Those first quiet moments after waking are perfect for English. Your brain is clear. Your inner world is calm. That's the ideal time to fill your mind with English thoughts. Try describing what you feel. "I'm a little sleepy." "I can hear the birds." Or, "I'm ready for breakfast." These short, honest thoughts slowly train your brain to think naturally in English. When you connect English to your real life, the sights, sounds, and emotions you experience, it stops being just a subject you study. It becomes a language you live. You don't need perfect grammar or long sentences. Just begin with a few English lines each morning. You can even write one short message in your notes app. "Today I will speak kindly and stay calm." It doesn't matter what you write. What matters is that your brain begins the day inside English. Over time, this habit changes everything. You stop translating word by word. You begin to feel English instead of forcing it. That's how fluency grows, one small morning at a time. Habit number 2. Listen while doing simple things. Many fluent learners make use of their quiet morning moments. When they prepare breakfast, they listen to an English podcast. When they brush their teeth, they play a short story. When they walk to work or school, they listen to a talk or a slow English conversation. They don't wait for perfect silence or a formal study session. They use everyday life as their classroom. Listening every morning is like watering a plant. Small, regular drops that keep it alive. Don't worry if you don't understand every single word. You don't have to. Even if you understand half, your brain is still learning. It's absorbing rhythm, tone, and pronunciation. Bit by bit, you'll start catching phrases and patterns, understanding meaning without translating. Fluent people listen not to memorize, but to feel the language. Start with something short. 5 or 10 minutes is enough. The secret isn't length, it's routine. When you fill your mornings with English sounds, your brain naturally switches into English mode. Later in the day, when you need to speak, your words will flow more easily. Your confidence will feel natural. Morning listening builds a peaceful, consistent connection to English. It becomes part of your day, not just part of your study. Habit number 3. Read something small, but every day. Fluent speakers often enjoy a few minutes of reading in the morning. Not hours, not lessons. Just a few lines. Maybe a paragraph from a book, a short article, or a quote that inspires them. Reading wakes your mind gently with English words. It's not about studying or pressure. It's about curiosity and enjoyment. Read something that makes you smile, that makes you think. It could be about travel, food, motivation, sports. Anything you like. The topic doesn't matter. The feeling does. When you enjoy what you read, your brain relaxes and learns faster. English words start to stick naturally. Keep a small book beside your bed or read from your phone. Just 2 or 3 minutes are enough. Make it a daily ritual, maybe right after your coffee or morning water. Read one paragraph in English. You'll notice that, over time, your comprehension becomes quicker. Your thoughts, in English, sharper. Reading each morning feeds your language like breakfast for the brain. Habit number 4. Speak out loud. Even to yourself. This one might feel strange at first, but it's one of the most powerful habits. Fluent speakers talk to themselves. Yes, really. They describe what they're doing or feeling. They might say, "I'm making coffee," or "I feel ready for today." It doesn't matter if no one hears. What matters is your mouth and mind working together. Speaking out loud helps your muscles, tongue, and lips get used to English sounds. You start feeling comfortable with your own English voice. If you're shy, you can whisper quietly or imagine you're speaking to a friend. The goal isn't perfection. It's connection. Every morning, try to say a few things in English aloud. While brushing your hair, say, "My hair looks good today." While tying your shoes, say, "I'm ready to go." These small actions build a strong habit of comfort with English speech. Over time, speaking feels natural, not forced. Habit number 5. Review something old. Fluent speakers know that learning isn't just about new material. It's about reminding your brain of what it already knows. Repetition is the path to fluency. Spend a few minutes in the morning revisiting something you learned before. A phrase, a word, or a short lesson. You might look at vocabulary from yesterday, replay a short video, or read notes from last week. Reviewing in the morning works beautifully because your brain is calm, clear, and focused. Repetition isn't boring. It's strategic. Every review strengthens memory, making English more automatic. Fluent speakers see review as a gentle daily warm-up, not a chore. It keeps your knowledge alive and ready whenever you need it. Habit number 6. Write one short thought. Writing in English each morning clears your mind and deepens your connection to the language. It doesn't need to be long, just a sentence or two. You might write, "I feel relaxed today," or "I'm looking forward to seeing my friend." Writing helps you translate emotion into English words. It also lets you see your growth. Many fluent speakers keep a tiny English journal. Nothing fancy. Just a few honest lines every morning. It's a way to express, to release, to remember. And finally, habit number 7. Set one small English goal for your day. Fluent speakers often begin their mornings with a simple goal. It could be to use one new word in conversation or to listen to one podcast episode. Goals give your learning direction. They make your progress feel real. Big goals can be overwhelming, but small goals, small wins, create momentum. They remind you that your English journey is active and alive. All right? Take a moment now and think, what small goal could you set for today? Maybe it's to describe your lunch in English or to watch a short video without subtitles. Whatever it is, commit to it, even for a few minutes. When you start setting small English goals, something interesting begins to happen. You stop waiting for the perfect time to practice and instead build your own rhythm. Each morning becomes a quiet promise between you and the language. It doesn't need pressure, only presence. And every goal you complete, no matter how small, feeds your confidence. That's how fluent speakers stay motivated. They celebrate progress, not perfection. Now let's slow down for a moment. Imagine your ideal English morning. You wake up, stretch a little, breathe deeply, and whisper something in English. Maybe you say, "Good morning, world." You smile, even a little. You grab a cup of tea or coffee, and as the warm smell fills the room, you open your phone and play a slow English podcast, maybe this one. You listen while preparing breakfast. The words flow softly around you. You don't try to understand every sentence. You simply let English become part of your world. Later, while getting ready, you look in the mirror and say a few sentences out loud. I feel calm today. I'm ready to learn. These tiny affirmations aren't just words. They train your brain to use English naturally, without hesitation. You're no longer forcing language study. You're living it. Fluent learners understand this balance. They don't divide life and language. They merge them. English becomes a friend walking beside them, not a heavy backpack to carry. Let's go a little deeper. Why do mornings work so well for language learning? It's simple. Mornings are fresh. Your mind hasn't yet filled with distractions or decisions. The quiet focus of early hours is like clean white paper. You can write new thoughts easily. When you expose your brain to English in that state, it absorbs faster, remembers longer, and connects emotionally. Think about how many mornings pass in a year. 360. 5 small chances to strengthen your English roots. Even if you dedicate just 10 minutes every morning, that's over 60 hours of natural practice by the end of the year. Without stress, without burnout. Just small, joyful moments that build fluency layer by layer. Maybe you're wondering, Alex, what if my mornings are busy? That's okay. The key is not when you do it. It's how. If you can't practice right after waking, choose a calm moment later in the morning. Maybe on the bus, maybe while waiting for coffee, maybe during a short walk. What matters is consistency. Habit doesn't mean doing something for hours. It means showing up regularly, even for minutes. Now, let's talk about one powerful technique fluent learners use during their mornings: shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a piece of English audio and repeating it immediately after the speaker. Almost like an echo. It trains your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. You can shadow podcasts, short dialogues, or even lines from movies. Start small. Play one sentence, pause, repeat it out loud. Feel the rhythm, the tone, the emotion. You'll notice how your mouth starts to shape words more naturally. Over time, shadowing in the morning feels like vocal warm-up for your English voice. Another habit many fluent speakers love is gratitude journaling. In English, of course. It may sound simple, but it's deeply effective. Every morning, write down 2 or 3 things you're thankful for. They can be big or small. I'm grateful for the sunshine. Or, I'm grateful for learning new words. This trains your mind to connect positive emotion with English expression. Language becomes not just communication, but reflection. And when English connects with emotion, it sticks. Now picture yourself doing this. You're sitting by the window. The light is soft. Your notebook is open. You write one small line in English. Maybe it's messy handwriting. Maybe your grammar isn't perfect. But it's your English alive on the page. That's how fluency begins to feel personal. Many learners tell me they struggle with confidence. They know vocabulary, they understand grammar, but when it's time to speak, they freeze. If that sounds like you, here's something to remember: confidence is not a talent. It's a muscle. You build it by using it, one morning at a time. When you speak to yourself daily, when you listen, read, and write in English each morning, you're exercising that muscle gently and consistently. Now, let's add another layer. Mindset. Fluent English speakers don't think, "I must study English today." They think, "I get to live in English today." That small shift turns obligation into opportunity. When you start your day with curiosity instead of pressure, learning feels lighter, more natural, and more creative. Maybe you can create your own English morning playlist. Songs that make you feel good, podcasts that make you think, voices that inspire you. Music and rhythm can awaken parts of the brain that pure grammar never touches. Sing softly with your favorite English song in the morning. Feel the melody. Don't worry about pronunciation. The emotion is more important than precision. You see, fluency isn't just about words. It's about rhythm, emotion, confidence, and connection. And mornings, because they're quiet and honest, help you develop all four. Let's imagine one more scene. You wake up tomorrow and decide, "Today, I'll live 1 hour of my life completely in English." You speak to yourself. You listen, you read, you write. Maybe your sentences aren't perfect, but they're real. You feel proud because you're not studying anymore. You're becoming. And that's what fluent speakers understand deeply. Language fluency is not memorizing a list. It's creating a lifestyle. So far, we've covered how to start your morning in English, how to listen actively, how to read lightly, how to speak freely, how to review, how to write, and how to set goals. But within these, there's a bigger message. Fluency grows through familiarity. The more often your brain meets English in natural moments, the more it relaxes. That relaxation is the secret ingredient. Nervous learners speak in fragments. Relaxed learners flow. Mornings can teach you that calm energy. Before we move to the next part of today's episode, let's do a short practice together. Wherever you are, sitting, standing, or walking, take a breath and repeat after me. Today I'm learning calmly. English is part of my life. Every day I'm becoming more fluent. Feel the sound of those sentences. Feel how natural it can be when you speak slowly and softly. These short affirmations are like mental vitamins for your fluency journey. When we think about learning English, most people focus only on speaking or listening. But the truth is, the foundation of fluency is balance. Fluent speakers don't only practice one skill, they rotate through all of them in gentle cycles. Morning is the perfect time for this rotation because it sets the tone for the rest of your day. When you mix reading, writing, listening, and speaking together each morning, even for short moments, you build a balanced English brain. Think about it like exercising your body. If you only train one muscle, the others weaken. But if you move all of them, your body stays strong and flexible. English works the same way. Listening strengthens your understanding, reading expands your vocabulary, writing organizes your thoughts, and speaking brings them to life. Each habit supports the other. Let's explore what that looks like in a real morning. You wake up, listen to this podcast for 10 minutes, and maybe repeat a few lines. That's your listening and speaking practice. Then, you open a short article online, something simple like a motivational story, and read it slowly. That's your reading practice. Finally, you write one small reflection about what you understood or felt. That's your writing practice. See how naturally that fits together. It takes less than half an hour, yet it activates every part of your English ability. You don't have to make it complicated. Fluent speakers know that consistency beats intensity. One day, you might read more. Another day, you might focus on listening. The key is to let English appear every morning in some way, even if it's just a whisper or a few sentences in your mind. The goal is not to be perfect, it's to be present. Now, let's talk about something often ignored: energy and emotion. Have you ever noticed that when you feel good, English flows more easily? When you're relaxed, words come naturally, pronunciation feels lighter, and you understand faster. That's not an accident. Your emotions directly affect your language performance. This is why fluent speakers protect their mindset. They know that a calm mind produces fluent speech. So, how can you create that energy in your own mornings? Start. Simple smile before you speak English. It might sound silly, but it really works. Smiling changes your breathing, opens your throat, and warms your tone. Next, focus on gratitude. Every time you speak, think about something positive, like being thankful for the chance to learn a global language that connects millions of people. Another powerful trick fluent speakers use is visualization. When they wake up, they imagine themselves communicating confidently in English. They see the version of themselves that speaks clearly, listens carefully, and feels calm while talking. Visualization trains your brain before your tongue even moves. So each morning, take a minute, close your eyes, and imagine yourself speaking fluently. Let that image fill your mind. It's a quiet rehearsal for real conversations. Remember, fluency isn't a single skill. It's a feeling. It's that inner comfort that allows you to express yourself freely. When you practice English with a smile, gratitude, and imagination, you start developing the emotional intelligence that fluent speakers naturally have. Let's also talk about connection. The best English learners don't learn alone, they connect. They talk to others, even in small ways. In the morning, you can send one short message to a friend or community online in English. Maybe comment on a post or share a thought. This simple act transforms English from a subject into a bridge. You'll begin to notice that when language connects you with people, motivation grows naturally. If you don't have English-speaking friends yet, don't worry. You can still connect through imitation. When you listen to a podcast like this, imagine you're part of the conversation. Pause and respond as if you're talking back. That kind of active listening builds speaking confidence faster than passive study. Here's another tip. Talk to your environment. Yes, your environment. When you see objects around you, name them in English. Describe them softly. This cup is warm. My desk feels clean. The air smells fresh. These tiny descriptions keep your brain engaged and train your inner voice to stay in English. Over time, you'll notice that you begin to think in English automatically. And that's one of the most beautiful milestones. When English stops being translation and becomes thought. Now let's go a bit deeper into self-talk, because it's a secret fluent speakers rely on daily. Every morning, they talk to themselves in English. Not as a performance, but as a reflection. They use English to plan the day, calm their nerves, or boost their focus. Self-talk is private, but powerful. For example, before a meeting or class, you might say, "I'm ready to speak clearly today." Or, "It's okay to make small mistakes. I'm improving." These affirmations don't just change your mood. They reshape your identity as an English speaker. When your identity shifts, your fluency accelerates. Let's pause here. Take a slow breath. Feel that small wave of calm moving through you. Now repeat softly after me. I'm relaxed when I speak English. English is part of my daily rhythm. Every morning, I grow a little more confident. Good. That calm feeling you just created. That's fluency energy. It's quiet, steady, and real. Now, I want to share something many learners misunderstand. They believe fluent speakers never feel nervous. But that's not true. Even native speakers get nervous before presentations or new conversations. The difference is that fluent speakers move through fear instead of avoiding it. They have trained their minds to stay calm under pressure. That training begins in the morning during peaceful, private practice. So, if you sometimes feel shy or afraid to speak, remind yourself, fluency doesn't mean fear disappears. It means you can speak even when fear is present. And the more you practice in calm, safe moments like mornings, the easier it becomes to speak in real ones. Morning routines are not just language exercises. They're emotional training. They help you control your thoughts, your breathing, and your reactions. Step by step, they build resilience. That's why fluent people appear confident. They've rehearsed calmness through daily repetition. Let's go back to one simple truth. Learning English is not about perfection. It's about connection. When you make small mistakes, you're not failing. You're communicating. Every sentence, even broken ones, carries meaning and effort. So every morning, promise yourself to speak freely, even imperfectly, because communication is courage in action. When you accept that mindset, fluency naturally unfolds. When you start your day in English, you're doing something far deeper than language learning. You're building identity. Every word you speak, every phrase you listen to, every thought you translate into English, all of it shapes the person you are becoming. You're not just learning English, you're becoming someone who lives in English, someone who communicates with the world, someone who connects, inspires, and grows through language. Fluent speakers are not special. They're consistent. They've learned the quiet art of showing up every day, even for 5 minutes, and trusting the process. They know that the magic doesn't happen in one big moment of motivation. It happens in the small, invisible moments. When you choose to listen instead of scroll. When you whisper English sentences while making coffee. When you replay a phrase just because it sounds beautiful. Those are the real building blocks of fluency. Each morning, you have a choice. You can move through your routine automatically, or you can use it as a doorway to growth. Imagine this: you wake up, breathe deeply, and say, "Good morning." Not just to the day, but to your English. You open a podcast, listen slowly, and let the rhythm of English words fill your space. You start your day not in hurry, but in harmony. That's how fluent speakers begin their mornings. With intention. Fluency grows in quiet places. It's not about grammar drills or long study hours. It's about alignment between your thoughts, your energy, and your practice. The more you let English flow naturally into your life, the easier it becomes. You stop forcing it. It becomes part of your breathing, your walking, your thinking. That's the secret fluent people never tell you. They don't study English, they live it. You might think, "But Alex, I don't live in an English-speaking country." That doesn't matter. Your environment is what you create. Every sound, every screen, every sentence you choose to surround yourself with shapes your English world. You can build a full English environment from wherever you are. Through podcasts, music, movies, small talks, even thoughts. The language doesn't live in the country. It lives in your attention. So, let's build that environment together. Not with pressure, but with presence. When you wake up, listen to English for a few minutes. During breakfast, think of one thing you're grateful for and describe it in English. On your commute, repeat one sentence you liked from today's episode. Before bed, reflect for a moment. What new word did I hear today? That's it. Small, simple, and sustainable. Over time, this rhythm rewires your mind. Soon, you'll notice something beautiful. English won't sound foreign anymore. It'll start to sound familiar, like a friend who's been quietly walking beside you all along. And when that happens, you'll realize that fluency isn't about speed or perfection. It's about ease. It's about being comfortable inside the language, just as you are inside your own skin. Now, let's talk about the deeper meaning behind this practice. Morning English isn't just a study routine. It's an act of self-respect. When you dedicate a few moments to learning, you're sending yourself a message. I'm investing in me. I'm growing. You're building a habit of self-care through curiosity. Every morning becomes a quiet declaration that you believe in progress. That no matter where you start, you can always move forward. And that belief, that quiet confidence, is what transforms your English forever. Let's pause together now. Close your eyes for a few seconds and take a slow, deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. Feel that calm space inside you. That's where learning truly happens. Now softly repeat after me. I'm patient with my English. I trust my daily practice. I'm already becoming fluent. Yes. Keep that energy with you. This is how you grow, not through stress, but through rhythm. Fluency is not a destination. It's a relationship you build with the language every single day. Some days it feels easy, some days it doesn't. But what matters is that you keep showing up. Because every word, every mistake, every effort adds up. You're building something that lasts. A voice that's truly your own. And remember this: fluency is freedom. It opens doors, it creates friendships, it connects hearts. The world becomes smaller, and your possibilities grow larger. English isn't just a language, it's a bridge. And every morning you practice, you're walking across that bridge toward the life you imagine. So, as we close today's episode, take this feeling with you. The calm, the focus, the small spark of motivation. Carry it into your day. Speak one sentence in English out loud. Listen to one short podcast. Smile when you hear a new word. These small actions are powerful. They're your proof that you're already on the path of fluency. You don't have to rush. You don't have to compare. You just have to begin. Again and again, every morning. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll notice something different. You'll be thinking in English effortlessly. You'll join conversations naturally. You'll express emotions freely. And you'll smile because you'll know this isn't luck. It's the result of hundreds of small mornings, each one teaching you how to grow. So keep going. Keep listening. Keep trusting the rhythm. English isn't outside you anymore. It's within you, flowing through your thoughts, your speech, your heart. you're becoming fluent, one morning at a time. Thank you for listening to English Flow. This is Alex, reminding you that every sunrise is a new chance to learn, to speak, and to become a little more confident in the language of connection. Take a deep breath, smile, and begin your day with English. Until next time, stay calm, stay curious, and keep flowing.